everyone, it is your boy Winster, and I am back at it again with another video. And before we get into that, though, I want to make sure I wish everyone a great day, and I am so happy to see your beautiful faces. With that being said, guys, make sure you guys help me out with that algorithm. You know how it be for us YouTubers. Make sure that you guys subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification. Give this video a like. Man, if you've seen at least one or two of my videos, I think by now I deserve that subscription. Please consider it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today's deck that we're going to be focusing on is one that got me into the competitive scene about a year and a half to 2 years ago when Tri Brigade and Drytron were running amok. And that is Cyber Dragons, but it is just not Cyber Dragons today, fellas. It is Bystial Cyber Dragons. I'm really excited to bring this deck profile, add my little twists, considering that today's competitive format is tier, sprite, Bystial. I wanted to add some of those influences into this deck. But I know you guys are ecstatic to see it, so let's jump right into the deck profile. It's not a Cyber Dragon deck without playing the main guy. Triple copies of Cyber Dragon, 2100 attack, huge attack. Also, special summon if your opponent controls monsters and you don't. Easy way to bring out. We play triple copies of Cyber Dragon Core. You need this card. It's probably the most important card in the deck. Searcher of any cyber spell or trap card, so depending on the situation you're going to search what you need to combo extend or to set up for next turn. He also has a pretty nice graveyard effect. If he's in the grave and your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you banish him, special summon one Cyber Dragon monster from the deck to the field. The one thing I don't like about this card, it's a mandatory effect, where the other baby Cyber Dragons are you could choose to activate them, not him. This is mandatory, and at sometimes you just need the body on the field. We play 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Curse. Integral to the combo. You're not going to use his first effect. That often doesn't really come up too much, but it's when you special summon him, he becomes a level 5, and for the rest of that turn you're locked into machines. Whereas his other effect is very crucial to the combo, in conjunction with other cards, which I will show you later. That if he's sent to the grave, you could go ahead and search one Cyber Dragon from your grave or deck, add it to your hand, where all these baby Cyber Dragons are treated as Cyber Dragon. He comes in really clutch as a searcher and also gives you an extra Cyber Dragon. We play one Cyber Dragon Nashter. Pretty good effect. He comes up a lot in the grind game. He recycles your Seegers, Novas, Infinities. When he's special or normal, you could target one machine, 2100 attack or defense, special summon them. Also, you could special summon by discarding one other monster. He's also treated as a Cyber Dragon in the grave on the field. The one drawback, you are locked into machines for that turn. We play one Veer. Veer is just extra body, in all honesty, with the build that I'm going for, in conjunction with other cards that I will show you later. He can come up, and just having the extra body is really good. Also, you could chain block with a Cyber Dragon when you summon this thing, get the search, and then because the Cyber Dragon was summoned, you could go ahead and chain block. The one thing though, he does increase attack, so he can mess up your machine dupe play, so be very, very cautious with that. That is it for all the Cyber Dragons, so we're going to get into the other cards now. We play 2 Thunder King Regulus. He's really there just for the Omni Negate. You target a machine in the grave, special summon him, and then equip that target. Keep in mind, with the new card that just came out, you could potentially contact fuse with the equipped target if it was a Cyber Dragon. Keep that in mind. I'll get to that point later on in the video. We play 2 Honorary Cyber Dragons Galaxy Soldier. This is one card that I might consider playing 3 of, but it's a light level 5 machine monster, perfect for the deck. Helps you get into your noble plays, helps you get into the infinity plays. Searchable off of Cyber Repair Plant, works perfectly with Cyber Dragon Hers. What is there not to love about this card? We play one Jizukiru. This is one card that I'm considering cutting, considering the new support for the deck. However, it helps you get over any boss monster that's troublesome. You give them this, get over that boss monster, then contact fuse this away. So I'm still iffy about that card. Now we're getting into the Bystial cards. We played 3 copies of Bystial Magna Hut. Card is pretty phenomenal. It's a DD Crow that gives you a body, targeting one light or dark monster in either graveyard, and it becomes a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. So pretty good, and also a searcher. We play triple copies of Swarm. This is one card that you can cut down. You could potentially cut it down to one, but I'll be more comfortable with two, considering that Magno Hunt is a searcher, so you can have access to this card. Also, when you send from field to grave, you could target one special summon monster your opponent controls and just send it to the graveyard. It also has the same summoning requirement as all the other Bystial cards. That is it for all the monsters. We're going to go ahead and get into the spells and traps. We play triple copies of Cyber Emergency. Typically, you're going to search core off of this, or if you have Cyber Dragon core in your hand and this, you're going to search hers with this, and then you're going to go ahead and search Cyber Repair Plant with core, and that's full combo into infinity. Has another great effect. If the activation of this card is negated, you discard one card, add this back to your hand, and then you could reactivate it because the activation was negated. We play one Cyber Repair Plant. You have to have one Cyber Dragon in the grave in order to activate this. It doesn't need to be there to resolve. Keep that in mind, guys, considering that Bystials are running all over the place. It's just an activation requirement, but you're usually going to search Jizukiro off of this, Galaxy Soldier, so this is a combo extender. We play one Cyber Ref system, special summon any Cyber Dragon from the hand or grave. A great way to get an extra body on the field. We play one Cyber Load Fusion. In all honesty, guys, this is one that I'm considering cutting. It didn't really come up for me a lot of the time, but it's very easy to OTK with this deck, so this is just an added bonus on top of it. We play one Overload Fusion. We play 3 copies of Machine Duplication. This targets one machine monster with 500 attack or less. Any of the baby Cyber Dragons, you're going to be able to bring 2 regular Cyber Dragons from the deck to the field for free. This card is pretty clutch. Because you want to see combo every single time, we play 3 copies of Prosperity. This deck does struggle with consistency, so you want to see those key cards. Also, it doesn't really bug much because you don't draw off of effects. You just add, which is different, so Part of Prosperity doesn't restrict you from searching in that way. Also, this obviously has damage, but considering what kind of damage the deck could output, it's not ever really going to come too often. You could still easily put 16k of damage in one turn, so you could still go for the OTK when you resolve this effect. Because this is a going second deck, we played 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. I was playing Forbidden Droplet, but in all honesty, the whole discarding for Forbidden Droplet hurts the deck a lot more than you think. This allows us just to play. Yeah, we won't be able to kill, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to be able to set up some pretty strong boards. The newest addition to the deck, we play 3 Clockwork Knight. When I first read this card, I was like, man, the implications on this is so good, and that's why I put so much emphasis with just having a body on board in this deck, guys. 1 Cyber Dragon and 1 Clockwork Knight spells doom for your opponent, because you're going to be able to contact fuse everything, because it makes everything on the field machines. Also, it does have some synergy with the Therion stuff, because if this card is in your graveyard, you could banish it and discard 1 card, and you could search 1 Earth Machine from your deck and add it to your hand. So there is some synergy there as well. The other effect that it has, since it makes everything machine, all machine monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and 500 defense, whereas yours gain 500 attack and 500 defense. So it's pretty good, guys. We play 2 copies of Therion Disc Coliseum. This is just a searcher for Therion. The added protection once per turn is pretty good as well. Considering that this is a going second build, we play triple copies of Lightning Storm. This is just going to help us, clear our opponent's board or potential bait. And if you have multiple copies and then negate the activation, here comes the second one. Onto the extra deck now. We play 1 Solomon Great Almirage. Almirage's sole purpose in this extra deck is to get cards to the graveyard, whether they be hers or whether they be core. He's there just for that reason. We play 1 Cyber Dragon Seeger. Seeger is going to enable us to go into those high damage plays, considering that some of the time we're going to be under Pot of Prosperity, but he's still going to enable us to kill. His effect, if he hasn't attacked yet, He targets one machine monster with 2100 attack or more, and then that monster gains 2100 attack and defense. A lot of people get confused on how the ruling is, but you take no battle damage involving him and him only if he activates that effect. I just wanted to clear the confusion on that. We play one Cyber Twin Dragon, 2800 attack, comes in clutch. Also, he could attack twice per turn. We play one Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. This card is what allows us to go into those big output damage. When he's fusion summoned, you destroy back row on your opponent's side up to the materials used for his fusion. Also, you could go ahead and send from deck to graveyard light machine monsters up to 2, and depending on how many you do, that's how many times he get attacked. So in combination with him and Seeger, my man is going to be swinging for 42 each time it attacks, up to 3 times. So right there, that's 1200 damage. We play 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. I was playing the one, but since Clock Knight got released, we ended up adding the second one. And debating if I should add the third, I don't know yet, still testing. But adding the second one definitely comes in a lot because when you do contact fuse all your opponent's board, you're gonna be able to hit them with high damage. We play 2 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. Same thing with the whole contact fuse, right? But he only contact fuse with monsters in the extra monster zone, regardless of what they are. They just need to be there. We play 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity. The Omni Negate negates activation. Also, you could target one face up attack position monster, and then that becomes a material for this card. Also helps you go into Zeus plays. We play 2 Cyber Dragon Nova. This helps us get into those infinity plays. Not really much to say here. We play 1 Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. This is just to help us get more material for Zeus. You go Nova, and then Nova, you're going to go into Infinity. And because Infinity is a level 6, you're going to go into this guy. And then you will go into Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Complete board wipe. Okay, so going into the side deck, when I was putting this part together, I was thinking what's good against today's meta and also what's best for the Cyber Dragons. So we're going to go ahead and go to our going second cards first and then going first cards. So our going second are evenly matched, 3 copies of More Back Row Hate, 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. And that's pretty much it for our going second cards. Going first, we play 3 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier, lastly 3 copies of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. That is it for today's deck profile, guys. I had a lot of fun putting this deck together. It brought a lot of good memories from when I first started playing the game competitively, and it's still a work in progress. I'm still trying to refine it, still trying to put it all together. Personally, I want to bring that deck count down, so I want to take out cards that are not impactful enough for me to run in the main. But with that being said, I wanted to get your guys' feedback. What do you guys think of the deck? What would you guys add? What are some other cards that I'm maybe overlooked? Let me know in the comment section below. But that will be it for today's video. Thank you everyone for supporting the channel and supporting this video. If you guys want to see a combo video with test hands, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Let me know. With that being said, I will check you guys out later. My name is Winston, and you guys have an amazing rest of your day.